Before we get into the video, a bunch of my friends showed up in my house a little while ago with a giant picture of Elvis wanting to see my model trains, and they wanted to be mentioned in this video, so yeah, here you go guys. Hey everyone, hope you're having a great week. In this video we're going to be covering the events of Railfest and the weekend before during the Railfest preparations. On Saturday, September 20th, I wasn't planning to do anything in the evening and I was chatting on a friend with the phone. Then, I checked the Wichita virtual Railfan camera and saw this. Having wanted to see GPTM switch for a long time prior to this, I made up my mind quickly. I packed up my gear and headed downtown. The boys were out, and this was gonna be a fun one. As soon as I got there, action was already hopping. The cockroach was coming out of the museum towing BN 421 and IBCX 101. The next movement would be the cockroach running by itself. The next movement will be the cockroach pulling the Santa Fe and Rock Island cabooses back towards the museum. The cockroach then ran into the museum and was shut off. We would then be treated to a very rare operation. The Great Plains Transportation Museum only has one operable locomotive, that being the cockroach, so when they need to run around equipment, this skid loader has to be used. It's a very rare occurrence to see something being run around here at the museum, so this was very neat to see and was something I'd never seen before. The next movement will be the cockroach pulling Jeddo Coal 85, with one member of the museum staff being very enthusiastic about safety. The next and by far most interesting move would be the cockroach, Jeddo Coal 85, and the two cabooses. before I left, I would be treated to a pair of trains on the BNSF, the first being a hellaciously late UP MFWWT with an SD70M trailing. The other would be the K&O interchange job to the BNSF with an interesting consist with 4246 trailing sandwiched between a pair of GP39s. Always good to see the old SP still kicking. A week later, it was finally the big day. I got up super early and headed to the hump about an hour before Railfest, way earlier than I needed to. As I was pulling down the road coming to the hump, the K&O blew past with a pair of GP39s running light power. I decided to give chase, and in my failed attempts to catch them up close at South Junction, I ended up at Bailey Street on the BNSF. Here, I stumbled across an eastbound loaded windmill blade train with an H1-9 on the point. I was not ready for this at all, and it made for a great surprise. It would stop at South Junction due to K&O, I assume, so it gave me plenty of time to head to the hump and catch it again. After the blade train cleared, it wasn't long before action started popping over at the GPTM. Jeddo Coal 85 came out during a test run, as the cockroach was also going to be moved into a position where it would be parked at the ready in case 85 broke down during the event. The next excitement was this mundane BNSF Grand Train. I gotta say, the sights and sounds of an operating steam locomotive in Wichita, Kansas for the first time in 4 years is really something. The next train to pass by will be the UP MFWWT, running just a tad bit behind schedule. While this train was passing, I decided to get out of the drone for some reason. Following right behind the FWWT would actually be the last through train of the day, an eastbound BNSF empty grain train with a Dash 9 on the point. You'd think that'd be the end of the action for the day, but nope. A family member of mine graciously purchased for me a $60 cab ride in Jeddo Coal 85 as a birthday gift, so I want to give a special shout out to them for making this opportunity possible for me to experience. Here are some clips of me riding in the cab, and the crew trolling my friends with the horn that the locomotive is equipped with. Kind of interesting how I saw a diesel with a whistle and a steam engine with a horn in the same day. In all seriousness, I want to give a big shout out to the Great Plains Transportation Museum for offering this opportunity to rail fans and just the public in general, as it was really neat to experience the cab of a steam locomotive for the first time. An operating one, that is. Up until they used it to troll my friends, I had no idea that 85 had an air horn. So, on my way out of the cab, I asked the crew if they would like to blow the air horn when I went back onto the ground with my friends to film the train again, and they graciously acted upon my request, so I got this really funny clip of the train.
I just filmed this with my extra camera. I out of my shot.
As always, I want to give a big thanks to the Great Plains Transportation Museum for putting on a fantastic event as always, and my friends for coming to make this a great time. I'm already looking forward to next year, and hopefully there will be a steam locomotive again. We're going to finish off the video with this clip of 85 rolling past 3768.